Hello everyone, my name is Alicia Jackson, licensed professional counselor, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about when Mother's Day is a difficult day, how to handle challenging holidays, and how to navigate those emotions that might come up on those days. But before we get into it, of course, subscribe to the channel. If you're getting anything out of the content, of course, please like the video and join in on the conversation and share your experiences and questions that you might have. Now let's get into it. Mother's Day can bring up a lot of emotions, especially if you have a strained relationship with your mother, or if you're a mother and you have a strained relationship with your child, if your mother is deceased, or your mother and your child is deceased, or if you desperately long to be a mother and have had challenges conceiving a child and have experienced multiple miscarriages, or if you are a stepmother or a bonus mom and you feel left out of the celebration and festivities, even though you feel like you play a mother role in the child's life. Mother's Day can be a very, very difficult day. So, how do we make it through this day? How do we make it through Mother's Day? First step is to honor all of your parts. What does that mean? Difficult days like Mother's Day can bring up a lot of different emotions. There can be pressure to pick one emotion over another one. So, honoring all of your parts looks like grieving the relationship that you wanted to have with your mother and being grateful for the one that you were able to have with her. Honoring the part of you that longs to be the mother, or honoring the part of you that longs to see your child or your mother one more time. Honoring the part of you that longs for a reconciliation, or the part of you that knows that maybe reconciliation isn't possible at this time. So what does that look like? Us therapists like to use phrases like honor yourself, be present with yourself. And sometimes that sounds really great, like, oh, okay, how do I do that? Tell me more. First, it requires you to be true to yourself and honest with yourself. Sometimes how we survive difficult days like Mother's Day is denying how difficult the day is. So being true and honest to ourselves about how we really feel can pay attention to our emotions and what's happening within our bodies. Engage in an honest conversation with yourself about how you really, truly feel, whether it's with a therapist or whether you're journaling or through art or even with yourself about how each part feels about this day. When we are honest about our feelings, we can truly allow them to pass through us, and not get over them, because I think sometimes we use that language and we're not going to be able to get over the hurt, but we can move through it. And being honest about our feelings and honoring them is allowing them to move through us. Second, determine how you want to recognize the day. And that might switch from year to year. One year you might say, hey, I'm just going to do my own thing, maybe go on a road trip and just enjoy the day and take my mind off of the day, as that's what you feel is best for you. Other ways that you can recognize the day is lighting a candle in the person's honor, mailing a card, or making a phone call. If the relationship is strained, but you still want to reach out, that's definitely a way to do that. Going to the cemetery to honor the loved one, doing a lantern release, or listening to their favorite music throughout the day, just to bring back memories and fond memories of your loved one. Whatever feels right for you in your system. If there is a strained relationship and you still want to reach out with a gesture of love, remind yourself of the things that are in your control. To check your expectations. We don't have any control of how the gesture is received or how they're going to respond. And you might want to also limit the conversation so that it doesn't veer off into the subject of what is causing the strained relationship to begin with. The main goal is that we want to reduce harm. We don't want to do any further damage or to activate old wounds that might occur and make the day even more challenging. Lastly, we want to take care of ourselves. So what does that look like? It might look like reducing your social media feed. As we know, people are going to be posting tributes about their mothers or their children, or sharing stories, and that might activate or trigger some emotions. And so we want to do best to just take care of ourselves. Be aware of yourself and pay attention to your feelings, as maybe what you had planned for that day may need to be adjusted depending on how you feel when you wake up that day. As you go along with the plan and you find that maybe you're getting overwhelmed, then you might need to adjust your plan, and that's okay. And of course, be kind to yourself, especially as the day comes to a close. Get some rest. Do some soothing. And how do we do soothing? We do soothing through our senses. Soothing is really important because some feelings, again, may arise through the day. And so, soothing yourself through what you eat. And this is, we want to be cautious about not going into emotional eating, right? So, we want to, whether sipping tea, having a peppermint, certain things that will bring a soothing feeling to your body. Soothe yourself through smell, whether the person that you're honoring maybe was a baker or liked baked goods. So, the smell of warm cookies is a nice smell to have. Aromatherapy, lavender, just to soothe yourself through your senses. Touch, whether it be a blanket, a stuffed animal, or getting into the garden and using your hands and getting the dirt in your hands to help soothe you as a way to ground your emotions. Soothing yourself through sight. This could be looking at pictures. It could also be connecting with nature, going for a walk and taking a look at the nature and the trees around you to ground you, and also being around water. Being around water can be very soothing. And lastly, soothing yourself through hearing. This could be a guided meditation or music or through ASMR, different ways to help soothe your emotions and ground you. As we know, Mother's Day can be very challenging, and the goal is not to get through the day and not feel anything. The goal is to honor your feelings, to take care of yourself, and honor your loved ones or your relationship in the best way you can. That's the goal. So I hope this has been helpful for you, and I wish you a very peaceful day on Mother's Day. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, and as always, be cool, be calm, be centered.